Hi everyone, it's Agnes. I've got a viewer email here and I'm going to answer it. It's from R. She wishes to remain anonymous. So, I have a question regarding suitors. A former suitor of mine is pursuing me again and he's asked me out for a date weeks ago. He's a good friend of mine, so I agreed. Also, I haven't seen him for almost a year and I just wanted to see if he has changed and matured a bit. Maturity in character, not in appearance. He's a good man and respects me as a person, but after the date, I still can't see him as more than friends. You see, I still love my ex and I'm imagining every night that my ex and I are finally back together. This week, that former suitor of mine is asking again for another date, and I think it's unfair to give him false hopes. In our country, whenever a man asks a woman for a date, the man is in charge of the restaurant bill. It is customary that the suitor pays for everything. If you two decide to watch a movie, he'll pay for the tickets. If you go to an amusement park, he'll also pay for everything. In short, I don't want to waste his time and his money. I don't have a problem receiving. I am the best receiver of blessings in the world, but I think following the golden rule, it wouldn't be kind of me to agree to another date. Plus, it frightens me that he would have expectations that I might not meet. Would turning down dates send the signal to the universe that I'm repelling love? No, it would not. I think you're on the right track with, if you know that you're not interested in someone for more than a friend, and in your country, if everyone is well aware that the man pays for things, then I would say you're right on track by not wanting to lead him on, that it isn't fair, and that, you just don't want to do that to someone. In respect to, would turning down dates send the signal to the universe that I'm repelling love? Well, no, not unless you believe it is. See, everything's connected to your beliefs. What you think, feel, and believe is what you create, you see. So, what to do in case of birds before land? Okay, for those of you that don't know what that means, I'll put the YouTube down below. There was a YouTube I did about what birds before land means, so I'll pop that down in the description. Let me just write it down before I forget. So, in this case, you don't repel love if you are honest and don't want to be with someone. If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. And I think it is much kinder and much more honest to not continue on with something like that if that's not the case. And just think, okay, if someone did that to me, how would I feel, you see? So, a good question. So, you can like someone fully as a friend and enjoy them as a person, but not take advantage of them, because receiving is one thing, but taking advantage is another, which I think is what you were kind of referring to. So, anyway, I hope that helps, and I am open to questions now, and I hope that that helps some of you, because I know there's a lot of questions about dating other people. Was that the universe saying it's not the right time or stay away? Well, in my opinion, it was other people are interested in you, so you're putting out a good, loving vibe. But if you watch the Birds Before Land YouTube, it will explain a bit more. Sometimes things start to happen with other people prior to your specific person coming. Hi, yes, can you please discuss on the importance of writing down our wishes? It's a technique you can use. It's good for, some people really like to write, some people like audio, some people like imagining. You'll find that certain things come more naturally to you. So I would suggest that you use the techniques that work the best for you. If you're someone who likes to write, then write. If you're someone that likes to imagine and daydream, then do that. Use what you've got to the best of your advantage. Ringo, my guy keeps going back to square one, so I'm not sure what you're asking me. If you've got a question, ask me what it is, and that way I can help you. Can you post the link to that video about dating before your specific person responds? I'm not sure which one that is. Miriam, I read your email. I haven't answered you yet, but I will get to you soon. Guckleberry, what to do for being moody and negative thoughts and feelings? Meditation for months, but sometimes I burst into tears. Well, Guckleberry, that's okay. Sometimes it's a lot of old stuff coming out and it's clearing. So don't worry too much about that. That's why sitting in meditation sometimes people don't want to do it because they know stuff's going to come up. So yeah, that's okay. My person comes to me and gives me a lot of love. Next day he doesn't want me anymore. I didn't catch the rest of that, darling. Can you attract someone who is of another religion and attract marriage with that person? Yes, you can, but you have to believe that's possible, not me. Okay? I had a relationship for quite some time with someone we were totally, well, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, and my person was more religious, and it worked extremely well until I believed that his family would break us apart, and that became a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, so it did work until I projected what I projected, and I didn't understand about projection then. So yeah. And yes, I'm traveling to Spain weekly. Originally I thought I wanted to manifest between home and Spain. I didn't catch what question that was, darling. I kept stalking my person and now he posted a picture with his ex. I stopped stalking now. What else can I do? Nidhi, you got to work on your self-love. Okay, you got to feel lovable. That's the most important thing. Hello, and yes, is it necessary that we visualize while meditating? No, not necessarily. You can if you want. Meditation is really great for surrender and for letting go and for just being. Okay? Hi, and yes, do you have any tips for raising vibration, helping change or enhance beliefs? Sometimes have difficulty living the end result. Affirmations, change your thinking, one thought at a time. I'm not able to concentrate when I meditate. That's because you haven't practiced it. It takes practice, just like going to the gym, just like writing a PhD, like Caitlin, who I had an interview with today. But now I realize I want to be there all the time. I keep getting all these suitors except my specific person, not sure what to do. You got to keep living in the end of I am with my specific person. You see, when a specific person doesn't approach, it's usually for a couple of reasons. Neediness, you thinking love is over there and you're trying to get love from them. So the watching, I'm going to put this in the description, getting versus giving. There's, I think, 2 YouTubes on that. I'll put that down in the description for you, okay? And also, you keep thinking about the gap. He's over there or she's over there and I'm over here and we don't connect. And you keep going, noticing that, putting emphasis on that, thinking about that, feeling bad about that. You've got to live in the state of we're connected, we're together, and we're having a wonderful time. And this relationship is easy and fun. New state of being, you see. Okay? That's how you get there. Live in the end. I'll put the living in the end, just write it down. YouTube's for you guys to watch, which comes from Neville Goddard. I've had a good connection, but it breaks off easily with my guy. I didn't catch the rest of that, darling. Oh. Hi, and yes, thanks for this YouTube live. Is it okay to paste thoughts onto my person as if he or she actually thinks that? Yes. Ringo, it faded out too quick, darling, so I didn't get a chance. I keep seeing people with the same name as my person. Does that mean they are manifesting soon? I can't say for sure. Maybe, maybe not. It's definitely what's happening is, remember, this is a focus-based universe. So as you focus on something, things come in to give you evidence of what you're thinking about. Okay? You think about something, it gets photocopied, it comes to you. How do you work on thoughts in someone's head? No, you don't work on thoughts in someone's head. You work on thoughts in your head about them. Okay? You're not trying to control people or manipulate them, or you can influence them, definitely, but you're not trying to get into people's heads. You're trying to learn to live in unconditional love and give that to them, not trying to get into their heads and get something. Okay, you see the difference? Okay, cool. It's good you asked the questions. Ringo, she snaps and starts disrespecting and saying mean things. Okay, you got to go to my channel. I'll put it in the description. You got to watch the Everyone Is You Pushed Out, and you got to understand them. Until you understand that, you're going to keep getting behaviors from other people that you don't like, because it's you that's creating it through your they don't treat me well. Why are they angry at me? Why don't they treat me properly? Why aren't they kind? They don't love me. I'm not good enough. All that stuff creates people being disrespectful, okay? So you got to change you. Always you. Always you. You're the photocopied. You're the photocopied. Universe, big photocopier, ka-chung, ka-chung. Okay, that's how it works. Joyce, what to do when you feel that your ex is back but seems a bit cold, doesn't ever say I love you or anything? Joyce, you know what I'm going to say. What are you projecting? What are you projecting? Look at it. Because whenever you get something on the outside that is not to your liking, ask yourself, I don't like this. What am I thinking, feeling, and believing about them, about me, that I've got this? Do the Ho'oponopono prayer. Dissolve the parts of you that creates that. Everything. You're like an octopus. All these tentacles go out and they attach themselves to things and they bring stuff in. So if you're getting something you don't want, look at what you're doing and stop doing it. Do the opposite. Jennifer. How can I stay positive if my specific person is with someone else? Well, because you got to look at your interpretation of that. If you're interpreting it as, I'm second best, I'm not good enough, they picked someone over me, why is this happening to me? I don't deserve this, why don't they love me, why don't they love me, why don't they love me, why don't they love me? That goes out, 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 out. You have to feel lovable, you have to feel worthy, you have to feel deserving, you have to feel important, you have to feel like you're a priority, that you're secure. That comes from within you. Then you get the photocopy you see. What when he says I don't understand him and that I'm selfish, which I'm not? Okay, well you got to deactivate him saying you're selfish, you're selfish, you're selfish. Whisper to him to say, use the whispering technique. You're kind and loving. I love how kind and loving you are. Whisper to him to tell you this. Okay? Hello, Jinvra. Can you do a more detailed YouTube about the Ho'oponopono prayer? I've done about 3 or 4. I'll put them in the description for you, darling. I've done just a short one, but there's one that's an hour long by a guy called Jason Stevenson, and I'm not going to record a 1-hour YouTube. It'll take me too long. So use his. It's fantastic. You go to bed, you listen to it, it washes over you. Okay? I'll put the Ho'oponopono playlist in the description. How did it take so long for a person in my life to live? He stayed. I didn't catch that. Is everything happening every day as a result of past? Not necessarily a result of past stuff, but it's whatever you still have active about the past stuff. See, the past is still alive through the tentacles of what you still think, feel, and believe about certain things. That's why people say, that's happened to me so many times. Why have I still got this going on? Patty, how do you know when you've reached 51%? You don't. Until you start to see a result, then you know. Bobby, my specific person stayed. Oh, your message is retracted. How do I keep my vibration steady instead of always being up and down? Minnie, practice, focus, discipline. What if I attracted him back, but then he told me he doesn't want a relationship? Okay, well, if you still want a relationship, you have to activate hearing that, feeling that, living in the end of that, where you hear him say those words. I so want a relationship with you. I love how we're together. This is the best relationship I've ever had. But that solution has to be active within you to get that on the outside. Yes, I do know Dr. Wayne Dyer's teachings. Listen to them regularly. Ringo, can you please go and look at the Everyone Is You Pushed Out YouTubes? It will answer all your questions. Right now you're stuck in he. Go and watch the Everyone Is You Pushed Out YouTubes. Write some notes. Focus on what you're doing. Can you please differentiate between making it happen and taking action when the universe provides you the chance? Well, action, as Abraham Hicks says so well, is about inspired action. Okay, so you get a feeling that, oh, I have to do that, but not from that addictive neediness place, but from that place of joy and love and excitement. Okay, you got to be really, really careful when it comes to a specific person. If you've been an over-communicator, an overdoer, an over-attacher, an over trying to get stuff out of them, love, attention, notice me, I'm good, I'm the right one for you. If you've been with that person, be careful about doing action unless you're sure it's inspired. I read you can just hold your desires for 17 seconds. Yes, I did a 17 seconds YouTube. I'll put that in the description as well for you. I have a few success stories I will email you on, yes, and it's all because of you. Okay, Jennifer, sounds wonderful. Love the success stories from you guys. Are subliminal mind setting videos actually healthy for healing? I've heard people do really well with subliminals. If you vibe with that, go for it. I personally don't use them because I like to know what goes into my mind, and I like to choose what goes in, and I like to do the work manually. I'm not a big follower of shortcuts. But that's me. Totally go for it. If you vibe with it, do it. That's no problem. Miriam, I know you are, darling. I'm going to, I'll do your email coaching this afternoon. I'm recording with Dan Radio Style at, what time is it? In about an hour and a half. So I will try and fit your email in before, Miriam. If not, I will do it straight after. I promise you I'll do it today, okay? Promise you. Oh, and yes, I imagined that I was at my wedding with my person and it felt so real that I don't feel like repeating it. Should I reimagine? No, if you don't feel like repeating it and it felt real and you feel like stopping, no worries. During the whispering techniques of receiving a text, should we whisper only things we think they would say, or can we ask them to say anything? Good question, sweet Annie. Ask them to say anything you want. Anything. Remember, this is your projection, your creation of them. Love always. Is co-creation a shortcut? I at times feel in a hurry to manifesting. We end up losing our focus. Co-creation, I would say, that's a good question. It's a concentrated, pinpointed, laser-focused, intense time. So in the co-creation sessions I do with people one-on-one, or the ones that John did with me when I was going to him for coaching, which we talked about on that YouTube him and I did together, it's real. See, the other person that's co-creating with you isn't attached to the end result or emotionally involved in whatever you want, so they can co-create for you much more easily. Actually, love always, it's interesting you say that. There's a woman called Maria de Jesus. If any of you want to do co-creating sessions with her, she's actually looking for a partner and she wants to work on co-creating for a specific person in her life. So if any of you watching this YouTube would like to co-create with her and work on your specific person, and you can do sessions together, I've actually done a session with her. She knows how to do it. And yeah, be great if some of you link up together and do that, once every couple of weeks or something. Yeah? Does my specific person need to be a vibrational match to me before he shows up? Candace, that's a bit more of a tricky question. You become a vibrational match. You become a vibrational match when you stop looking at them having to be a vibrational match. You send love, you give love, you radiate love, you live in the end result. Then you are creating a match in them. Okay? Hi, and yes, I manifested him giving our relationship a chance, but then 2 days later he changed his mind. What does that mean? Darling, go and look at the Everyone Is You Pushed Out YouTubes. It will give you the answer. Okay? Because that's quite a long answer, and those videos tell you everything about you and what you are doing to get that result. If my person hasn't manifested yet, should I only focus on the love for myself and hope on a prayer? No, you can radiate love to them. You can work on doing the specific person meditations. You can do the projection meditations to your person. You can do the creating love meditations to your person. I'll write those down, all the love meditations. I'll put those in the description because there's 3 playlists. I'll put them down in the description for you to use. Okay, but remember, try and do 2/3, roughly 75% self-love, 25% stuff to your person. The better you feel, the more secure you feel, the more emotionally attractive you become, the easier it is to attract out there. My person is always making time for other people, but not for me. Darling, you need to watch the Everyone Is You Pushed Out YouTubes as well, because there must be some beliefs in you. I'm not a priority. I'm not important. I don't matter. I'm second best. It's not about them, okay? I'm going to say it again and again and again. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Everything's created by you. Everything's created by you. When something's going on out there you don't like, ask yourself, what have I got going on that is on the outside, okay? Ringo, how to dissolve past fights. You can use revision. I'll put that down in the description as well. Revision, revise old things to unhook yourself emotionally. Oh, I didn't catch those last 3 messages, everyone. Pop them up again. Suggestions for manifesting a person that's in another country. I already did a course called Long Distance Relationships. I think it's a 6-part. I'll put that down in the description for you as well. Long Distance Relationship. It's a free course and you just work through it. Now, you probably know my own personal story. I was in Sydney, my person was in London. 25-hour flight between us. I was able to manifest that. Is it impossible? No. Is it challenging? Yes. But it's possible and it's doable. Okay? Can get over any kind of guilt. Not sure what you're asking me, Ringo. Hey, Agnes, do you know if... I didn't catch that. Agnes, what to do if my specific person is already back in my life but mostly friendly? I get frustrated. Kat, you have to live in the end. Live in the end, live in the end, live in the end. Revise, live in the end. Correct your end, correct your end. You. This is between you and you. What you think about him, what you think about you, what you think about the relationship, what you think about men, what you think about love, what you think about, what you feel about, what you think about, all these things. Okay? Work on you. How did it take so long for someone who stayed almost 5 years in my life to live? He stayed for this long. I didn't catch that, darling. How do I know I'm on the right path with attracting my specific person? Through evidence and results. Guilty when you know you didn't do right. I feel bad about a fight or how you behaved. Ringo, revision. Living in the end. I also did some YouTubes on clearing up old stuff. I'll see if I can find that for you. Clearing up old stuff with loved ones. And there was another one. I'll put it down in the description. I forgot what it's called. And yes, how did it take so long for someone? It wasn't on too fast. Can we visualize different things during visualizations, like our specific person, our dream car, my dream job? Yes, I've got 5 things on the go at the moment. Yep, As long as it doesn't feel hard, as long as it doesn't feel like a chore. If it does, just go, isn't it wonderful what's happening to me now? I love my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's like a general umbrella, and it saves you doing all the different ones. Okay? You guys all pop up at once, so we can visualize them as a story I'll put together. Sure. Can we change our own body? Yes. My specific person is going to an event tonight. I wanted to go. I asked him if I could tag along. Didn't catch the end of that darling. Post that up again. Any more videos on body weight? I haven't done a lot on weight. I did a couple, I think, on weight loss. And there's a really beautiful Abraham Hicks, Love My Body, YouTube. Please watch that. Master of all affirmations would be, I am, and then whatever you want. I am loved. I am first best. I am successful. I am wealthy. I am, I am, I am. You are what you declare yourself to be. Whatever you I am about, that's what you get. If you say it enough and believe it, of course. You can say it all day, but if you don't believe it, it's got to be powered by belief. I keep seeing the numbers. Darling, with numbers, put them into Google and look them up. People see the numbers as signs. I personally don't put a lot of emphasis on external numbers these days because sometimes we attach ourselves to things, and I prefer to do the internal work. I'm not saying numbers aren't signs. They definitely can be, and that's totally cool. But work on your own internal reassurance, on your internal ability to create. That's where you get strong and you lift heavier weights and you get better manifestations. How do I know if he's thinking of me? Ringo, you don't. You got to get your head off what he's doing. Right now you're fixated. It's like, okay, there's another YouTube called Attraction versus Addiction. Please watch it. Because I can hear in you, you're fixated on this person and you can't get what you want when you're in fixated mode, okay? You've got to do the self-love stuff. And yes, I'm not able to work on revising. Any tips? Love always. We can talk about it when we do our session. There are tips, but maybe revision's not the way to go for you. There might be another easier way for you. Okay, we'll talk about that when I talk to you. How long did it take for someone who stayed almost 5 years in my life to live? He stayed for this long, even I wasn't on self-love place. You still must have had some... If someone stayed for 5 years, then you must have felt worthy to some degree. You must have felt confident. You must have felt deserving on some level. Candace, thank you for doing these live videos. You're good at answering questions on the spot. Thanks, Candace. I just think I've got so many emails coming in. I'd rather just start with one and then catch a few of you. So, because I know a lot of people can't afford things, and I want to make sure that even if you can't afford things, that you can still get an answer here and there. Jennifer, why, what? Why? And yes, is it okay not contacting my person first? Yes, it's against living in the end. That will push him away. There's nothing wrong with contacting someone, a specific person. But if you've been an over-contactor, if you've been the one that's done too much, if you've been the one doing the chasing, if you've been the one trying to get love out of someone, my suggestion would be that you don't. That you practice the law of projection and you allow the person to come to you. If you haven't seen someone for 6 months or something, and then one night you've been sending unconditional love to them and you feel really good about yourself, you don't feel like you need love from them, and you want to send them a little message saying, hi, hope you're well, just had a thought about you, and here I am, send it off. But don't try and get love out of people, okay? Stop sucking love out of people. That's the most important thing to not do. Angel, my SP is going to an event tonight with his friends. I wanted to go. I asked if I could tag along. We've been trying to see each other for a while. He's seen but not replied. Darling, if you've asked to tag along on something, that's kind of, if I'm going to be a bit hard on this, needy. Okay? If someone wants you to go to something, allow them to come to you. Asking to tag along is trying to suck love out of somebody. Okay? So work on your self-love and radiate it out. Don't try and get love from them. Okay? I manifested one ex 3 times and my specific person 2 times, but it isn't working. I didn't catch the end of that. Don't know what the question was. And yes, in the past I manifested stuff that I didn't believe they would manifest. How come? Because you must have felt worthy enough. You must have felt unattached enough. You didn't have any neediness around it. Even though you didn't believe you'd get it, you might not have been needy. Sometimes just the focus on something comes. What to do to stop worrying about timing? I try to stay happy, but it's not hard seeing any results. Well, see, if you're looking at timing, that means that you're still not happy over here without the thing that you want. You got to relax here. You got to be happy here. You got to be okay here. You got to know love is here. You got to stop thinking what you want is over there, because you're creating space and time separation. You got to live in the joy, in the state of having the thing you want right now. And saying to the God within, you know what? I can be happy first, because really at the end of the day, that's what I want. I think I'm going to be happier in having this thing. But the thing is, you've got to be happy before you get the thing. That's how you get it. That's how you get it. Yeah? I know it seems back to front. Did for me a lot too, but it's not. How to naturally feel worthy enough to get what you desire. Practice a lot of self-love. When I wasn't feeling worthy, I did 100 to 300 affirmations a day. Are you committed to do that? That's how you get there. That's one of the ways to get there. Okay? And yes, can we use the whispering technique on my boyfriend's dad? He doesn't know me and he's against my relationship. Yes, Gabriella, absolutely. Hey, would appreciate if you would check out my new Mub. I'm not here to check out anything of yours, okay? I'm doing my video. Go and do your own videos. Yes, I've been the one who chased him and now I don't want to contact him first. So is it a positive thing? Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. Can I manifest marriage with a married man because we love each other? Well, see, relationships are, people think they're stagnant. They're not. They're living things. So if someone's married today, we don't know what's going to happen. I wouldn't suggest you do anything on the outside to interfere or affect someone's relationship. I'm totally against that. But doing your own internal work, feeling loved, radiating love out to someone, and being in an unconditional state, nothing wrong with that. If I had reoccurring of being married to a specific person, what does that mean? Reoccurring dream? Is that what you mean? Rosie Rose, what if my specific person doesn't know I exist? Well, imagine that he does, live in the end. And for you, after you practice self-love affirmations all the time and you felt that self-love 100%, how quickly did that speed you the manifestation? I didn't do it 100% of the time. I did it a lot. It took me, I think it was between 3 and 4 years. Why? Because I would drop into neediness. I would go into pain. I would feel unloved. I would feel unlovable. I would feel not good enough. I would feel this will never happen for me. I had 5 relationships behind me where I felt, well, where people left me, every single one of them except for the first one where I left him. But my unlovedness was getting more and more and more and more acute as I went through these relationships. I didn't understand then everyone was me pushed out, you see. If I had reoccurring dreams about a married or specific person, what does that mean? Darling, I don't know. I really don't know. I do know that often what you think and feel in your day life gets echoed in your dreams. So have a look at what you've been thinking about and see if it's being echoed in your dreams. Navya, no worries. I'm having trouble with the skin-to-skin technique. What about catching a waft of my specific person's natural scent out of nowhere? Yeah, lovely. That's using the senses is really, really great. Smell is such a good one. If I've been needy, is that going to push him further away now? I've been feeling like I'm close. Well, if you've been needy and you're not as needy anymore and you're working on your self-love and you're working on radiating out love rather than trying to get love, then it will shift what happens between you. If I want my SP to give me more attention and be more attentive, should I give myself more attention? Yes. Or just do self-love? Yes. And expect attention from him as well. All three. How can I change the belief everyone leaves me? I can't come up with an affirmation for me. Oh, I love how everyone is always, everyone stays. I love how everyone stays. I love how everyone supports me. I love how I feel loved and secure, because this is a security issue. Yeah? Oh. Does living in the end and doing attracting specific whispering meditations conflicting? No, they're all just different techniques to live in the end result. Just do the techniques that you vibe with. You don't have to do them all, okay? Pick one or two. Get good at them. Don't scatter your energies across too much. Do your self-love. That most important of all. And imagining end results that you love. What is your opinion about tarot cards as a tool for inner guidance? Look, I don't personally, and this is my personal opinion, use anything out there to get guidance for me on the inside, because I don't need guidance if I know I'm a conscious creator. I change what I'm doing. I look at my thinking, I look at what I feel, I look at what I believe, and I change and correct that. So the external changes. Tarot cards are going to echo your fears. Psychics are going to echo your fears because you're going there with doubts. You're going there with, yes, sometimes you might get a good reading. Sometimes you might get good tarot cards. Sometimes you might get good angel cards. Sometimes you might get good shaman cards. You might even get fantastic Abraham Hicks cards. But the thing is, once you get you're a conscious creator, you're much more diligent about what you think, feel, and believe. You don't look for shortcuts. You don't look for external reassurance. You don't look for other people so much to help you change you. You work on it through meditation, affirmations, feeling good, doing things that make you feel good, looking after yourself, doing your self-love, watching YouTubes that inspire you, reading, watching who you hang out with, and becoming the best loving being you can be. Youre, my pleasure. My pleasure. Oh, well, I'm going to do another couple of minutes, people, and then I'm going to go and have a rest before Dan radio style. Can you do a guided meditation on Ho'oponopono prayer? I have already, Ringo. It's already there. If you put Ho'oponopono after my name, you'll see it. Is it a threat to our manifestation if our SP is a conscious creator as well? No. Not at all. And yes, why is it bad to view their social media? Jennifer, good question. Because when you are looking for something, you're in second best, you're in I'm trying to find something, I'm looking for evidence, I'm suspicious, I'm paranoid, I'm feeling like I want to find stuff out that really is none of my business. And it's actually putting out, people that have good relationships don't need to do that. They're secure, they don't need to go looking for stuff, okay? So when you do that, you're actually putting out and creating second best stuff. Because usually people go on people's social media to look for evidence of other men, of other women, of other people involved in our specific person's life. That energy in itself is distrust. So you project distrust out and you get a photocopy and it brings you the evidence, because it's a focus-based universe. You go looking for stuff, your energy goes out, you create it. So you're assisting the creation of the thing you don't want. Yeah? And yes, you're so patient. It's like you've been saying the same thing since you started the live video. Yes. Or sometimes you need to hear it lots of different times. It was the same for me. Look, I had 5 relationships before I got it. I kept thinking, I've been reading and learning all this stuff and I'm still getting people leaving me for other people. So look, don't worry. Yeah. So, my lovelies, I'm going to scoot. I hope you enjoy. Janley, you said something about dream job. I'm going to be doing a YouTube in about an hour and a half with Dan Radio Style, that guy in the US, and the topic is going to be manifesting your dream work and dream job, okay? We're not going to talk about specific person for a while. We're going to discuss that topic. So, it will get uploaded within the next 24 hours, so have a look at that. That'll help you with that question you just popped up. Okay, Lully, you're the last question. What if my person thinks I'm extremely needy? How can I change that? You got to stop being needy. You got to feel your own self-love. You got to become self-loving. You got to stop trying to get love out of them. You've got to start seeing yourself as self-sufficient in the love department. I am love. I am lovable. May divine love be made alive in me. I am my own source of love. And I can tell you, once you get that and you radiate that out, you will become emotionally attractive to your person. Okay? All right, my lovelies. Big, big, big hugs. And I'm going to do these. Well, I just do these whenever I feel like it. You know, I hop on and you guys know when I'm here because you get notified. All right. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Keep at it. Don't give up. Self-love, self-love, self-love. Have I said it enough times? Lots of love to you. You can do it. I'll put all those YouTubes down below, okay? Just give me time. Once I upload, it takes me a little bit of time.